Coming at you from Comic Quest in sunny Southern California, this is the Keeg. I'm your host, Dimithri Perera, and today I've invited a couple of cool cats to talk about 2017 and all the things that made it really awesome and really sucky. Today, to my left, Amanda Barker.
Yes, I'm Amanda Barker. I'm a certified nerd, as I have worked at this comic book store for a year and a half, and now I work at a board game company, so that's pretty cool.
Awesome. Then we have Yvonne Gonzales.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Yvonne. I also work at this comic book store. You can find me online at Old Mythos on Tumblr and Twitter, and you can see all my fan shit. There's so much.
There's so much.
I'm a mess.
Are you super into Tumblr?
I used to be really into Tumblr, and that's still where people follow me the most. But Twitter is way more fun because no one gives a shit, which is so much fun.
So accurate.
Yeah.
Then we have Marie Bartz, a.k.a. Hoppa Cosplay.
Yeah, so I do cosplay sometimes. I don't know. I don't want to say sometimes.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Do I? Yeah. I mean, I was working on a new one last night, so.
What are you working on?
Doing a thing. Yeah, Jasmine. A bunch of people being princesses and stuff, and I have a friend who has a really, really good Aladdin, so I'm trying to squat up with him. Eventually.
Get in there.
Doing the thing. Yeah.
Cool. And then over there, all the way at the end, can you hear me? Erik Wargo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
Okay.
What's up, Erik Wargo, hardcore Marvel nerd and local comic. And Comic Quest is actually the first comic shop I ever went to. We were talking about this earlier, like 4 locations ago in Lake Forest when I was just a wee lad. So this is it's full circle. Digging it.
Yeah.
Good to be back.
You've reached the top, Erik.
Yeah.
There's nowhere else but
No.
down,
Time,
is the top.
time is a flat circle, and I'm back. And, yeah.
much like the Earth.
The Earth is flat.
The Earth and the Moon, the sun are all flat.
Yeah. How was your guys' 2017, like, as a whole? Did you guys have, like, a really good year? Because I had personally, like, just a sucky year. It was just a horrible
Personally,
year.
Are we talking geek or personal? Where
Personal. Let's go, you know.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
Pound of flesh.
I think 2017 is when I officially made my cosplay account. Like I started doing stuff before that, but finally when I buckled down, I was like,
Nice.
I'm gonna do the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's been fun.
What's your favorite costume so far, by the way, that you've done?
So Psylocke was my first one I did. It
Yeah.
was like a mom and me
cool.
project. And I love her because in the comics she's now in a Japanese woman's body, even though she was British before, whatever.
Yeah.
And so I get really hyped about doing, people of color, but in particular like Asian Americans or in her case, Asian British people.
Sure. Yeah.
It's like, how do you... Yeah. So I like that, and then I really like doing Quake, because I made the full costume and the gauntlets and everything from scratch, and it was a pain in the ass, but it was a lot of fun.
That's way cool.
What were you guys' like best and worst movies?
Hello, I'm here to talk about Wonder Woman. Yeah. I have a whole essay on why she is like the most important feminist character. Like,
She's not exaggerating.
ever.
She has a literal essay.
Yes, I do. But she's so good because she makes being female powerful. Not like, look, I'm a woman, but I don't let my feelings matter. I just kick ass anyway. Like, she is powerful because of empathy, because of sympathy, because of emotions. Like, her powers come from an emotional reaction, and it's really, really good to see that made mainstream and to like actually be able to see that in more than just like, oh, it was in a book somewhere, someone did that. No, like little girls are actually seeing this movie.
Another thing that I really liked about the movie was that they touched on a lot of bigger issues really well. Like they mentioned like racism and like persecution in really succinct, well done ways. And like really gave you some characters to really identify with, and the movie was very balanced, I felt, and they handled a lot of delicate things really well, and just like
Yeah, it's the kind of movie where like every single line mattered.
yeah.
I think a lot of just superhero movies in general, people will confuse like physical invulnerability, which is cool, and then emotional invulnerability, which people don't connect with at all. And you need to have people to be open and to like, be more expressive than the deep brooding, mysterious, character with the origin no one knows about. You know, no one cares about that stuff. I think Wonder Woman did a really good job, like showing it all. You know, can I just say it? Like Lego Batman hit me in a spot that I did not expect.
Yeah. Was that last year?
Yeah, and it's
Oh,
so
okay.
it was basically like, hey Eric, look at me, I'm Lego Batman. Like, you see anything familiar? I'm like, you know, what's happening? Like, this is not supposed to happen. That was a fantastic film. I think it's awful that it got snubbed for animated Oscar.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite things about Batman and like the Batman family in general.
Right.
Is that there's two sides of it and you can take what you want. Like, yeah, sometimes I want to see like the Robins crying, and then sometimes I want to see Lego Batman. Like, it's really cool to have those two very opposite things in the same universe, in the same grouping of people, because you can see, I don't know, a lot in these people that you're attached to.
I really loved Thor Ragnarok. That was last year.
Yeah.
I'm a real big sucker for movies that get the gang together, like, and then they just walk in slow mo and they do something like,
come together.
yeah. And I love movies like that. I mean, even if it's like Fast and the Furious and like whatever, and like when Fast and the Furious brought in like multiple people from like different Fast and Furious movies, and I'm like, I'm eating this up.
Here for this.
And so Thor Ragnarok really stood out to me like that. It's like, let's see it.
Well, like, I think what like kind of bugged me about it was like we saw Thor progress from like kind of the jock dude, and then he realized what responsibility was, and then we see like Dark World or Avengers where he's kind of more like distinguished and he's like more kingly and like kind of has his shit together a little bit. And then all of a sudden in this movie, he's all the way back to like dumb jock.
Yeah.
Which like I appreciate that character and I like that interpretation of Thor where he's just like excited for everything and he's ready to punch something in the face. Like I enjoy that, but like I think part of the whiplash was because the MCU had this development of him as a character and all of a sudden it like went back to the beginning. I feel like Dark World like kind of leaned into the dark and then they realized it wasn't
Dark World.
Thanks. Thanks.
It's my favorite Spider-Man musical, Lean Into the Dark.
I think it really depends on what kind of movie you want, because I go into Marvel movies not expecting like emotional reactions, because I've never gotten that from Marvel stuff. Like, this comes from the fact that I'm DC for life. Like, I don't dislike Marvel, but I don't have the connection to the comics. So I go into Marvel movies being like, I just want to laugh and clap and like get excited. And Thor did that very, very well.
Nice.
Yeah. And I'll never defend DC movies. They're garbage.
See, like, I don't read
Except for
DC
Wonder
comics, so I go into DC movies with like a very flexible, like they do what they want with, you know, Harley or whoever, you know, like, so I don't know, like Justice League, I was kind of like, hey, it's a lot better than what they've been doing, so I wasn't pissed off by it. But
I enjoyed Justice League.
yeah, no, I enjoyed it enough. Yeah.
2017.
This is going to be like sort of off to the left here, but Shape of Water, man. I have to work on this movie for my day job, so I've seen it like 30 times, and I'm not tired of it.
Clarify your day job.
I put subtitles on movies on airplanes, and that's about as much as I can say. It's just like, it's a very satisfying ending, and Michael Shannon is awesome. He's like my favorite actor right now. Because he's so like, when he wants to be like, I don't know, like Man of Steel, I thought he was awesome as Zod. Like, I can't complain about him in that movie at all. Boardwalk Empire, so I don't know. It's a big bonus for me there too.
Quick question.
Fish sticks, am I right?
Fish sticks. All day.
I was about to ask. Do you see Abe Sapien's dick?
She describes it. She does sort of a, you know, via sign language. She kind of describes what it.
In this conversation, I think we have to talk about Justice League.
Yeah.
Because I didn't hate it. There were good moments. I enjoyed it. It was fun. But every time Superman came on screen, I was like,
oh boy.
Look, is it any worse than Transformers like last night? Or
did anyone see that?
I didn't even see it. I didn't even see it.
So that's how bad it is.
Right. You're right.
I just heard it was bad. I didn't even bother. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I saw all 4 of those movies in theaters the day.
Wait, you saw all 4 of the Transformers?
I like 1 and 3. 2 sucked. 4 was even worse than 2. And then that's when I gave up. So then I never saw 5 in theaters.
I think that's the problem with geek movies that were bad this year is a lot of people just didn't see
Yeah.
them.
I feel like before we move on past movies, we should probably bring up Spider-Man.
Oh, that's
Homecoming.
right.
Oh, okay.
That was this year.
That was in July.
Yeah.
It was so much fun.
Yeah, I think for me, I don't know if I have any one movie that I'm like, that was the best thing I saw, but I really enjoyed Spider-Man Homecoming, and like, I think Tom Holland's a really good Peter Parker, in my opinion.
Yes.
He's adorable.
I know my boyfriend will defend Tobey Maguire till he dies, but like, for me, I'm just like, he's a little cringy. And I like that Tom Holland kind of has that like youthful exuberance, if you will.
Yeah.
And, you know, is kind of a little bit a little naive and a little bit like.
That's how Spider-Man. That's how Peter Parker should feel.
I love that. Yeah.
Excellent twist, by the way. I will add.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And just like playing on
yeah.
just like expectations and stuff, I
Yeah.
guess.
The scene in the car is
Yeah,
so
it's
good.
so good.
So good.
Yeah, aces. That's the talk every high school boy
Oh my God.
fears. For, like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
I'll fucking
oh my
kill
gosh.
you.
But like,
I remember.
Yeah, legitimately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about Last Jedi yet.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
what
yeah.
are we doing?
Oof. Well, yeah.
What
Yeah.
are we doing?
Oh,
Well,
man.
we're gonna be here for another hour now because you just made me talk about that.
oh my god.
I loved it. I don't care what anyone says. I loved it.
Same.
I like, and I think that the fact that so many nerds are so angry just makes me like, yeah.
I
the hate flow
thrive
through
off
you.
of spite, and just this people not liking it made me like, I love every single second.
Yeah.
You want me to fight it? I can argue it.
By the way, I'm sorry. The evil BB-8. I like calling him Darth Ball. I don't know if anyone does that.
I call him BB Hate.
BB Hate is very nice. I like that as well.
Best and worst TV shows 2017. I was thinking about this because I watch a lot of TV, like a lot, and so yes, Westworld, amazing.
Westworld's great.
But my pick, just because it improved so much or has been improving so much over the years, is Agents of Shield. And season 4 was last year.
Yeah.
And
The framework
where
and all
the
of
first
that.
third is
Oh.
first third is Ghost Rider,
Ghost-
second third is Ada and the LMDs,
Yeah.
and then the
And the
last
yeah.
third was the framework,
Yeah.
and that whole season
Yeah,
was
yeah.
amazing.
And then they tied it up with
So
everything
good.
that happened the whole season.
Each thing went to, and
mattered.
this current season
I'm okay with this.
didn't start in 2017,
No,
but
it did.
you know,
It did. It started in December.
oh, did it? So it counts. Yes, this season has been amazing and made me look forward to every next episode.
Yeah.
On the flip side, Arrow this season has been shit.
I
Last season was good.
Uh-huh.
This
Arrow
Their
lost my
season
faith
was
in
shit.
Season 4, and I have dropped all superhero
Yeah.
TV shows since then, just
Yeah.
because I'm so betrayed.
Wow.
season 4
I
sucked.
mean, I'm all about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
I think, part of that for me, like I said, I really like cosplaying Quake. I love the fact that there's actual Asian representation on that show with, Melinda May and Daisy Johnson or Sky or whatever the hell you want to call her nowadays. And I think all of the characters have developed really well. They've done a really good job developing everyone. I know later we're supposed to talk about shipping people, but I just love Gemma and Fitz. They give me life.
Yeah.
I love them so much.
Happy on Sci-Fi was incredible.
I've heard about it. I've never watched it.
It started technically in December 2017, but it just finished season 1, and it's like everything. It's like entirely filmed with a wide-angle lens. Everything's so crazy and in your face and distorted. But it's Grant Morrison on television, and it's it's a grizzled buddy cop action piece with a flying unicorn.
You look kind of like Grant Morrison, right?
Oh, well, maybe I'll do. I'm a Beatle. I can't do Scottish on the fly.
Scottish. That's your band.
That's my band, Scottish on the Fly. Catch us
like
at
it.
Coachella.
Did you guys read a lot of comics in 2017?
Yes.
Yeah.
Personally, I got to catch up, and I was binging a lot of all the DC Rebirth stuff because I hated New 52. I will never say
forgive
otherwise.
them.
But Rebirth is trying to make it back to normal, and so I was reading a lot, and I don't know what was your best series?
I really dug Batman.
Okay.
Though I am a little partial because I love Catwoman very much, and so as soon as she started to have a role in Batman, I started reading it that much harder, just that much more excited. But I really like the creative team. Tom King is writing, and he's had a couple different artists cycle in and out that were really cool. I really dig the whole Batman Catwoman arc. They are my OTP. I love Batman and Catwoman, and I really like them digging into the relationship of them. The Batman Annual, I think, has taken its place as my favorite comic.
Wow.
It's like a little standalone short story of Bruce and Selina, and it's their relationship,
Beginning to end.
beginning to end. It's really beautiful. It's really poetic. It really focuses on why they work together and what she sees in him and what he sees in her and how their relationship works in different stages of their lives.
I've loved detective comimics,
Tech has
which
been
is
real
all the Bat family with Batwoman, and then Clayface is part of the Bat family.
Yeah.
Because they were trying to
Have you read
reform
read
him.
the most recent
Yeah,
issue?
yeah, And he's going through some stuff, Clayface is, and so
Yeah.
personally, like I like Batman and like that run, but like I don't know, I like Batman and his family like more.
Yeah,
you
and
know,
that's why I
than
love
like Batman and his fiance.
Yeah,
You know?
What?
I know.
What?
He's got a fiance?
Oh,
They're
I'm
getting
out there.
married in July.
Oh, they're getting married in July. Wait, when
bat
did
wedding?
he propose? That was this year.
yeah, that was this year.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
man.
was this year where Batman proposed to Selena Kyle.
For the Tom King fan show, I
Yes.
would like to talk about Mr. Miracle because I'm not going to spoil it because I know a lot of people are waiting for it to be over. But the first 6 issues have been some of like the best storytelling I have seen in comics. And you think of Mr. Miracle and you're like, who is that?
I
It was
love
in an
Mr. Miracle.
animated show once, I guess. But Tom King's Mr. Miracle is one of those comics that I am going to be writing essays about.
Wow.
Like because every single panel means something, and like there's all these questions about like reality and love and relationships and all that kind of stuff. And like there's little details that I really latch onto. Like I was talking to Amanda about this, like the character's beard grows every issue, and but at the same time you don't know if this is real at all. So stuff like that I'm like really latching onto, and I'm really excited to see more of it. It's on hiatus right now. The first 6 issues are out, and if you haven't read it, it's like universally acclaimed critically, and it's
universally.
Yes.
honestly
Yeah.
Across the universe.
All the way to New Genesis.
Dark Side
and,
they
All the way.
love it.
And
Dark
Apocalypse.
Side loves
Yeah.
it. Oh,
Yeah,
Dark Side
Side-
does not love it.
Dark
Yeah.
Side does not like
But,
Dark Side is.
but it's Dark Side is. Oh, it's so good. And if you're into like literature, this is one of those comic books that is literature.
Right.
It is not like people punching each other. It's important things are being said.
Like I'm reading a lot of older comics that I'm just trying to like get caught up on because like you, I only started reading a few years ago, so I'm trying to do a lot of the classics and all of that. But right now I'm currently following the re-up of Runaways, so the new arc with by Rainbow Rowell, and I love Chris Anka with a burning passion. I love his art. I mean he draws everyone so differently. It's not like all the women are shaped the same and all the men are like super buff. It's like has a nice like mix and flow. And
Are we talking about the new run of
the
Runaways?
new round of Runaways? So there's only been
When they're
like,
bringing the team back together again?
yeah.
See?
So it's like the 2
I'm all
years
about
later,
that.
and it's like how are they,
Yeah.
bringing back Gert, and then
Yeah.
like, bring back Victor. and
Uh-oh,
it's, like,
spoiler
what's happening.
alert.
It's been out, and like the
Yeah.
artists have already like tweeted about it, so I'm
Yeah.
kind of like whatever.
Kurt's back.
But it's like Gert's back, which is I think really weird for her because she's so like out of time now. Like she's just like wakes up and she's like in the clothes where she died 2 years
Yeah.
ago.
And Chase is now an adult and she's a kid.
I know, it's so
And-
weird.
yeah.
And then they find, Victor's head gets sent by Tony Stark to them in a box. And
Yeah.
what the fuck? I think it's a lot of weird
I love Victor, and I was sad when he died in Vision's
Yeah, yeah.
comic because Vision kills him because Victor accidentally kills Vision's son, and they're all like family.
Yeah.
They're all like related
Yeah, it's a
Also,
lot.
on the
because
Tom King
Victor's
fan
Ultron's
Yeah,
kid,
Tom King.
and Vision is Ultron's kid. So Vision and Victor are brothers,
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay,
and also
I-
grandchildren to Hank.
Yeah,
My-
it's quite confusing, but
Yeah.
yes.
I just
yeah.
watched my only knowledge. I just watched the Hulu show, so
Runaways?
yeah,
Oh.
and I've
Okay,
seen it's. I liked it.
I liked it.
I like it.
Yeah,
too,
I mean, it. I think it starts off kind of slow, and I'm like, I got better things to do. But then
Yeah.
it punches up, and,
Yeah,
But then it abruptly ends at the
I know,
season.
it
They
does
just run in
really-
an alley.
yeah,
That's literally how it ends.
I know, I kept waiting for another episode to come out.
Yeah.
Like,
People
wrapping it up,
online
never
thought
did.
there was another
Never
episode. They're like,
did.
"Oh, this isn't the end. There's
Yeah.
one more." I'm like,
Yeah.
no, it's the end of the season.
I just
We
wanted
get
to
it's so
I know,
fun
it's so
to
hard.
talk about all this stuff,
And there's so much.
which
we
is
could
why
say
I
an entire
created the Keeg to
year.
talk about all
I
this
know.
stuff.
Yeah.
Secret Empire, I think, definitely was ill-timed and maybe not the most, not the best executed, but I did really like the idea of it. A lot of people didn't even look at it because they're like, Captain America is a Nazi, screw that. And then I was like,
Yeah.
which I get, that's terrible, and the timing of that is the
Very
worst.
bad.
Very bad, considering there's real Nazis.
Yes.
But I did read it because I worked in a comic book store and people wanted to talk about it, so I was like, I'll give it a shot. And I actually thought it was interesting. The issue 0 I thought was incredible, and I was actually transfixed by it, and I was just like, oh my god, it was really interesting. Issue 1, I think Yvonne says she didn't really like a whole lot, and
Yeah,
it was
issue
okay.
0 was interesting, but issue
But-
1 lost me. I've never been really interested in these characters, and again, that's not because
Yeah.
they're bad. It's just because that's not what I
Yeah,
grew
yeah,
up
yeah,
on.
Right.
that's fair.
Yeah.
what
But yeah,
Fair.
it
What-
didn't catch me at all.
No, for sure.
Yeah, what I liked about it was the idea of basically the premise is Hydra takes over the world, and what is that like? What does that look like? And if they actually did it. And so it was really interesting because they were dealing with the idea of what happens when bad guys do good things for the wrong reason and good guys do bad things for the right reason. And so I thought that was an interesting idea to explore. So if people hate Secret Empire, I get it. It was not the best time, and it wasn't necessarily executed the best, but if they like it, I also get that, because it was a really interesting, like, moral exercise that
I'm on board with that.
I mean, it like really flowed into the mainstream because that popped up on like Snapchat, like whatever the news thing. I don't look at those, but like, that popped up there and people were asking me about it, and I was like, I don't fucking know. Like, like I wasn't like reading that at the time, so I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like,
Who's Captain America? I don't know. Speaking about the characters that we love, there's also characters that we love together, or characters that we would love together. In 2017, there is, a lot of characters that, maybe got engaged, like Batman and Catwoman, or characters that have always been together, like Fitz and Simmons. But, like, what were you guys' like, favorite, like, ships? As far as, like, relationships. Who do you like to ship?
Yes.
Not battleships, not USS Enterprise.
Hello, I like Millennium Falcon.
Relationships.
Oh.
I do feel like I have to mention the love triangle book that's happening right now.
Oh, OT3 the book.
Oh my god, OT3
Tales
the book.
of Suspense.
Tales of Suspense, Winter Soldier and Hawkeye. Is Winter Soldier and Hawkeye both searching for Natasha Romanoff? And I think that it's
okay.
I love it.
Oh.
I love it. It's just very good, and I'm partial to those characters, so anything with those characters I'm going to be excited about, but I do think it's very funny that they have this weird like love triangle book that they're doing.
Yeah.
It's a 5-issue little thing that it's great.
Yeah.
You can talk about ships.
They should throw Daredevil into it. I mean,
yeah.
Black Widow's been with a lot of guys, so and Hawkeye's been with a lot of girls, so they should just.
Are you
they should
shaming
all
her?
just kind of.
Are you shaming her right now?
No, well, they both have been with a lot of people. And that's fine.
Just make a team book
I'm
with
just
all
saying.
of their exes.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. I love it when they get really into.
X-Men.
Natasha Romanoff and her X-Men.
Let's be real, that's what the X-Men actually are.
Yeah,
it's
right.
Just,
It's like all the people
Well,
who dated.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're a bunch of like the X-Men are really just a bunch of like good-looking outcasts from society living in one mansion together. It's like a reality show. It's like
Bachelor's
who's
in
gonna
Paradise,
fuck
but
this issue?
X-Men.
I'm
You
leaving
know?
the mansion. I'm heading to San Francisco to the island off the coast.
Yeah.
That's making me think of like The Gifted right now, like which is
Yeah.
on Hulu or wherever.
Right.
Yeah.
It's because that one it's like they're all kind of like these mutants are all isolated and they're all in their HQ or whatever, and they're all kind of like. Thunderbird, I guess, has now been with like 2 people.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
I like The Gifted, by the way.
Yeah. Anyway.
Gotta start that.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah.
I guess the question is, why wouldn't they fuck?
Why would
You know,
they?
I mean,
There's a lot of,
give me a
lot of
compelling
action
reason why they
trauma
wouldn't.
bonding is a thing,
Yeah.
like we almost just died. I gotta love someone,
Yeah.
I gotta
don't want to
love
die
someone.
alone. Time is short and fleeting.
Before we close this episode, just in a couple words or a phrase, what are you guys looking forward to in 2018? First, at least for me, I can't wait even another week for Black Panther.
Oh yeah.
Because that is
yeah,
what I'm
seriously.
waiting for. That is. So
Definitely.
you guys have to come up with something different. Sorry.
oh god, that's definitely what I had.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know Red Dead Redemption got pushed back to end of the year.
End.
That'll be coming.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Never soon enough. But that'll be really
Well,
cool.
I started watching Altered Carbon like yesterday.
Oh, okay.
That came out on Netflix now. I don't know if you guys are really. What
is that?
Based on a book, and it's basically like a dystopian future where it's like nobody dies anymore if you can afford it, and so everyone's like consciousness is like in what they call like a cortical stack, and so once your body, which they call a sleeve, dies, they just take out the cortical stack and put it in a new sleeve.
Oh.
So they basically like grow human bodies and shit, and it's like.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, it is cool. There's a lot that is just happening in it right now. I'm maybe only like 3 episodes deep, but I'm just kind of excited to see where it goes. But in terms of other things, I don't know. I was gonna say Black Panther, and then you just you
sorry.
screwed me there.
Can't
What about
Quickly
Westworld
before-
season 2?
Oh boy.
Sweet.
Yes.
Looking forward to it. I'm interested to see where it goes for sure. But
Yeah.
For me, honestly, it's Infinity War. Like Black Panther.
Yeah.
Black Panther for sure, and I can't wait for just everything that follows that. But Infinity War, it's like, not just because it's the whole gang's together,
Dude,
Dimithri,
gangs together. Come
but
on.
also
Get the gang
like
together.
I'm tired of Infinity Stones in movies. I'm so done. I think my favorite Marvel movies are the ones that don't
have them
at all.
yeah.
To be honest, but I'm glad that they're doing it, and I'm glad that get people interested to go to their local comic shop and get the Infinity War, the Infinity Gauntlet.
So there's a lot of things to look forward to in 2018. I'm glad that I could get you guys together to talk about 2017. That's over and done with.
Yep.
Some of us are very happy about that.
Yeah.
2018 is going to be a way better year for all of us. Before we do, let's do. Where can we see you guys next? Are you guys online? You guys playing the video games on Twitch, doing some stuff? I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll go in order.
I do art. I'm Amanda. You can find me on Instagram as Robin's Feather. I also do media promotion for the game company I work at, Cryptozoic, so I'll be in some videos on how to play, stuff like that. At Robin's Feather on Instagram.
You can find me doing all my fandom shippy trash stuff at Old Mythos on Twitter and Tumblr. I've got a lot of cool projects in the works starting in a few months. Yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
You could find me on all of the stuff, I guess, at Hapa Cosplay, which is HAPA Cosplay. Mostly Instagram, but I have Facebook and Twitter and other stuff. I'll be doing cosplay stuff, going to East Bay Comic Con next weekend, I think, and then probably WonderCon and some other ones. If you want to just see a girl messing around, making things, follow me. And otherwise, I really like talking about, POC issues and mental health and mental illness, and so I do little blurbs of those too. So,
yeah. Nice. You can find me at erikwargo.com, ERIK. Eric with a C is some other dude. Give him a visit as well.
We like him better.
You know what? I don't blame you. You can see me with my sketch team, Night Church, every third Wednesday at Pack Theater at 9 p.m. We do horror-leaning sketch, regular kinds of sketch too, but we're pretty gross, a lot of stage blood. Just got more gigs on my website, and Erik Wargo on all the social whatnot. So you'll find me there.
All right. Feel free, everybody. Like, comment, subscribe to us. We are on Facebook at facebook.com/thekeeg. We're also on Instagram at The Keeg Show. We're on Twitter at The Keeg Show. And we're also on YouTube, and we're really pushing that YouTube thing right now because now we got video and podcast. YouTube's like the next new thing, right?
Yeah.
I feel like it's an up-and-comer type thing.
You want to be where the puck's going to be.
Yeah.
Where the puck's going to be.
Yeah. Not where it is, but where it will be.
Where it's gonna be. Yeah. YouTube
we're now, ever since season 2, we're now on iTunes, on the Apple Podcasts.
Nice.
We're on Google Play, SoundCloud, and now we're putting this show on YouTube. So again, like, comment, subscribe. If you're out there, is it this camera? It is this camera, right? Yeah. If you're out there, thank you so much for watching this show. This is season 3, the season 3 premiere. So congratulations, everyone. We made it.
Yay.
We made it.
Thank you, Comic Quest,
thanks
for
for
hosting us.
having us.
Yeah. Once again, I'm your host, Dimithri Perera, and this has been The Keeg.